Good morning, class. We are off to a good start. We just completed our first week of class, which is college transition. We talked about the culture of college and attitude for college. Um, some of you may have gotten a little confused about the goal. The goal was about how to stay motivated in school. So, for instance, to keep me motivated in school, I may uh, set a calendar alarm that says study or look at the syllabus each day to keep school in the forefront of my mind, right? Or someone had actually said, I'll reward myself for submitting my homework on time. That's a motivational goal. It's motivating you to stay in school or to complete your assignments. So that's what it meant about the motivational goals. If you guys want to go back and into your goals and adjust them, you can, because this week you're actually going to set academic goals. Now, before I get into week two, I wanted to talk to you about your discussion responses. First of all, each discussion, your initial post needs to be submitted by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Why is that important? It's important, number one, so that you can get in early, read the material, and have an idea of what's expected of you for the week. But number two, posting that initial discussion post counts you present in class for the week. So you want to get in early. You want to go ahead and post your your initial discussion post by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Now your two responses to at least two other students, or as many students as you want, but you have to have at least two, is due by Sunday. Okay. And then you do your assignments. It's important that you pace yourself in this class and make sure that you set a schedule to get things turned in on time. I accept late assignments. However, you do lose points when your assignment is late, and every point counts in your classes. I want to show you a quick PowerPoint about grades matter. Okay, so grades matter. Let's look at the grade points here. Each class that you will take at Vista College will be worth 1,000 points. You need 700 points to pass the class. 700 points is a C. Anything below a C is failing. There's no D for passing, none of that. You either make a C or you take the class over. Taking a class over costs you time and money, and you don't want to do that, right? So you have to make 700 points. In this class, your discussion points are worth 60. Your discussion points are worth 60 points. Your assignments will vary, right? Just imagine if you have a 50-point assignment and you're 2 weeks late, that's 20% off of your grade. So let's try not to be late, but I do accept late points because I want everyone to pass my class. Something that I really want to point out to you, your last 2 weeks of class, each one of these assignments are worth 100 points. Typically, the last 2 weeks of class, students start to get a little weary. They start thinking, oh, I can make it. It's okay if I don't do the last 3 assignments. Not true. The reason why it's not true is these are the heaviest assignments in your class, in this class. So you don't want to miss doing those assignments. I encourage you to stay in the game to the whole term, to submit your work on time, to participate in the discussion board. If you are having issues or if there's something going on in your life that you need to discuss with me, I will work with you as long as there is proof or documentation that you're having these issues, okay? I want everyone in this class to pass, and I want everyone in this class to stay engaged. This is your first class at Vista College, and it should be your best class. It sets the tone for the rest of your program, okay? I'm here for you. Call me or contact me if you have any questions about your grades. Remember, every point counts. And your late assignments, you lose 10% each week. All right. So now let's talk about week 2, now that we've gotten that all squared away. Week 2, we're continuing to talk about goal setting and financial literacy. So in this class, in this week, you're going to actually set more goals about your academic goals. Now, some of you did that in week 1. Some of you said, I'm going to make A's in all of my assignments, or I'm going to make the dean's or the president's list, right? Those are academic goals. So when you submit your goals for this week, you might want to include your motivational goals as well. That way, you're covering all of the goals that we've asked for in this class, right? So sit down and really think about, what do you want to achieve in this class and in your future courses, in your programs? What is it that you decided to come to school for? What is it that you really want to do? And then set those goals to that, right? So if your goal was to become a medical administrative assistant in a medical office, right? And you know it's going to take you having a stellar transcript from your college, you being on the dean's list that'll put you up there and may even give you opportunities for better salary. Then your goal is, I'm going to make those straight A's. I'm going to make the dean's list. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to set aside 5 hours a week to study and to complete my assignments on time and to participate in the discussion boards each week, right? And then you can set smaller goals to that. As each day I will look at my assignments and make sure I'm on track, that I have my assignments completed, or that I've answered the discussion questions appropriately. Okay? So make sure that you engage in that goal. In your discussion board this week, we're going to listen to former Denver Broncos running back Reggie Rivers about goals. I'm going to tell you, he has some shocking insight on this. I think you guys are really going to like what he has to say. Let's talk about what he says in his video in the discussion board. Get in there and tell me what you think about what he says, because I think you're going to be surprised about what he says. And then, okay, so we talked about the goal in assignment 2.1. Assignment 2.2, you're going to develop a budget. Now, this is another type of goal setting. This is your financial goal setting. Now, when you're in school, you have some additional cost, or you may have to cut back on hours, or whatever the case may be. It's always important that you think about your finances and think about where you are financially, right? So you want to set a goal, you want to set a plan for your financial budget, your personal finances. So you could follow this format in your budget, or you can submit one that you already have going, or you can find one online. I don't really have a preference, but I do want to see an actual budget. Now, if you're not working, or if you live with someone and they're taking care of you, then use this template to make a hypothetical budget. What if you were on your own? And what if you did have a job and you were making $50,000 a year? And where do you want to live? Make a hypothetical budget, a pretend budget, okay? And then once you make your budget, write a summary of what you plan on doing if you run into financial issues, okay? What happens if something comes up? All right, don't forget your summary. Many students forget their summary, okay? And then in assignment 2.3, there's a survey. It's a real simple survey. It's from Career Services. They want to get an idea of what you think about Career Services. So go in there and complete that survey. Now, let me tell you, you're supposed to take a screenshot of that last page. Sometimes that doesn't work like that. So if you miss the last page, you can always go back into the survey. Now, when you go back into the survey, it will say you've already taken this survey. take a screenshot of that and submit that screenshot, okay? All right. So guys, we talked about your goals from last week, right? And many of you have set your academic goals last week, but you still need some motivational goals. So go ahead and do that this week. If you did set motivational goals, then go ahead and submit your academic goals this week, right? We talked about submitting a budget. We talked about completing your career services survey. We talked about the discussion board. I'm excited about that discussion board. I just want you guys to know. And we talked about grades matter, right? Be present in class, guys. Get your discussions done. Get your assignments done. This is for you. I want you to go get them this week, okay? If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. All right, have a great week.